All right, hey everybody, welcome to Dave Calls While You Make Food, and today we have a very special guest, the Kilted Chef, Alain. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Dave. I'm doing awesome. Thanks for doing this. This gives us a chance to talk something different. I love
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, before we get started, there is a trivia part to the show. So whenever you hear this bell, there's going to be a trivia question. There's three trivia questions, and they're
it.
all
Who gets the trivia question? Me?
yes, you get it.
Oh, I'm gonna be on the spot. You mean? Oh my God! What's that about? Joanne's got her hand up, going like, "Okay, I'm ready."
Yeah, she can help you.
Can
You
you
can have help.
can you
There's
phone a
no,
friend?
Do
yeah,
we have the option to phone a friend?
yeah, of course, yeah.
Love it.
As long as they're on speed dial.
Okay. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm doing something that I know you're not a big fan of, for obvious reason. Obviously,
Yeah.
a little bit allergic to lobster, but I thought this would be something kind of unique of utilizing the Nacho Enhancer, of course, that of your product that is absolutely amazing, and that's what we're going to use in the nachos. But I thought we'd do something really cool because I'm sure your audience loves to have egg Benedict or loves to have a nice something brunchy item to have.
Oh yeah.
And I thought we'd make a hollandaise sauce that's somewhat foolproof. You know, when you make a hollandaise sauce, it always either separates or you put it in the fridge and then drops, or it's always an issue. But this is a foolproof blender one. I'll get started on that. I'm going to chop first, and then that's what I'm going to rope into, and you keep going. So I've got some green onions, I got some peppers, I got my tomatoes pre-chopped, and I've got a little bit of mushrooms. That all items that were in my fridge. And it's Friday night, so let's, any like a weekend thing, get rid of everything that's in your fridge. It's awesome. So that's what I'm going to start with.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Before I became allergic to lobsters, I did love lobsters.
So I got lots of big chunks of lobster. I'm just going to chunk it up in pieces. So I want to make sure that on all my nachos that you're not just getting a little bit of lobster, but really nice sized pieces, right? So I went to see our friends at Logans, and they had these lobster tails, pre-cooked lobster tails in 1 pound bag, and I thought this is perfect for doing this demo.
I love having Logan's just like right in town because they've got like so much good seafood. They can tell you what's in season and what's been caught.
That's right. That's right. So there you go. My lobster's ready. Now I'm going to start chopping my peppers. Are you a fan of peppers?
Yes, I'm a fan of almost every food.
Is there something, obviously, besides seafood that you're not allergic to that you hate?
Hmm. I don't think so.
For me, it's baked beans.
Oh, really? Yeah.
We grew up eating so many baked beans as kids that for one reason or another, baked beans is not high on my priority list. I'll eat it to to be nice,
Yeah.
but that's the only reason to be nice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, before I was allergic to crustaceans, I did hate shrimp.
Did you?
Yeah, yeah.
That wasn't your favorite crustacean.
Yeah, yeah, it's something about it. I don't know, but people love it. I did love the spotted prawns though, where you get those whole and
Dave, did you develop the allergy later in life?
yeah, yeah. It
Obviously.
was about maybe 6 years ago now.
Wow.
We're
Uh
gonna do
oh.
trivia question number one.
Uh oh.
Hopefully, I'm not gonna say if it's easy or not because I don't know. True or false? Lobsters can regenerate their limbs.
Oh, it's definitely true.
Yeah,
Oh
you're
man,
right.
I thought you were gonna be hard on me. That's not hard. I live that every
Yeah,
day.
you win a T-shirt. We're gonna
Oh, what a go, my favorite. I love it. I'm aiming for three for three.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess it could take like up to 5 years for them to grow a claw back to its original size, but they can do it.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I just came back from the South Shore lobster crawl. I was there for the whole week with a group of media.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we had to be careful in the larger lobsters, especially Lucy being 7 pounds, if she's handled too much and she's stressed, she could drop limbs, same as a moose would drop their antlers. It's
Oh,
kind
wow.
of, I didn't know that. That was kind of cool. New
Yeah,
trivia for me, for sure.
there you go. I'll use it in another episode.
You'll have to. All right. I'm going to get my sauce going because all my ingredients are ready. So while you're doing that, I'm going to put 6 eggs yolk in my Vitamix is what I'm using.
All right, perfect.
And I'm going to put my cover on. I'm using a smaller version of the Vitamix. I'm going to take my cover off, and you're going to turn that on low. That's it, as low as it gets.
Yeah.
And I got about a half a pound or 1 cup of melted butter with this, like, it's not clarified butter, real butter. There goes Piggy. And the butter itself, we will pour. I apologize. We'll take a quick pause here.
We're used to noises. We have a dog, baby's crying in the background.
I love it.
Goes.
So what you do to the egg is you're going to pour your butter, your melted hot butter, and that is what's going to build your hollandaise sauce. So in French, we would say une sauce montée, like an elevated sauce. So we're going to take one of the mother sauce, being the hollandaise sauce, and we're going to literally pour the butter in it, but very, very slowly at first.
Right.
Just very slowly, and it'll start thickening very, very quickly. And you want to pour the whole thing, and you want to make sure that, you know, the butter residue at the bottom, all the solids and whatever, you want to make sure they make it inside as well. So that's your seasoning in a way. It'll be your natural salts, but you're building your hollandaise sauce just like that.
The easiest hollandaise sauce that I've ever seen
in century. And you know, I always looked at this and said, nah, that can't be. But as a chef, I've always had a hard time when it comes to the training to a lot of the younger cooks, to get them to constantly stir on their hollandaise to make sure it doesn't separate. And it was always a tough lesson. Now we're in business, because the good part is once you've got this Vitamixly blend the way we're doing, you could literally cool it off, put it in the refrigerator, and it's as thick as can be for the next day as well if you want to put it on an eggs Benny, or if you want to use it for whichever. So you could actually make it ahead of time.
I'm gonna start using that trick.
Well, that would be awesome. Look at that. So my butter is in.
Okay.
So typically you would add a little cayenne pepper, but because of course you guys are so kind to do our seasoning, I'm going to add a little Hot Under the Kilt instead to put it right in the middle, just for flavor. We're going to move that aside, and I'm going to take some lemon and just squeeze it right in to finish it off. Now I'm going to use my hand on top of the lemon juice so that I can catch the seeds.
Yeah.
And you need about the equivalent of half a lemon. My God, it's got so much seeds in there, it's unreal. So I'm glad I did this. You gotta let the juice go in between your fingers.
Yeah.
And look.
The lemons with the most seeds are always the ones that, like, you put out on the table to squeeze over. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
So look, there's got to be a dozen or so seeds there. I don't know. I haven't seen that in a while. And all you do at the very last second is turn it up to 2, but no more than 2, just to really. And then turn it off. Put your cover on. It'll stay nice and warm for us to pour on top of our nachos.
I love it.
That was easy.
Yeah. I also love your kitchen. It's a beautiful kitchen. I love the glass window on the fridge.
Well, listen, we'll have to have you over. Come anytime.
Yeah. We're there.
So when it comes to nachos, are you a layer nachos, or you just dump it in and cook it?
I usually like to layer it so you get cheese everywhere.
I'm with you. My oven is preheating at 400 degrees. Make sure it's nice and hot to cook from the top. I don't like to use the broil too much for the simple fact that I find it burns too quickly. So that's why. So I'm going to first put half of my nachos on my plate. So by doing half, I got a little piece of parchment paper on the bottom. And that's more for the saving grace of the dishwasher, of course. Look at that. Then I'm going to start doing my layers. I'm going to add a little bit of mushrooms, a little bit of peppers, and a little bit of green onions, just for color, and half of my lobster. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, that looks good. And just regular mushrooms, white mushrooms, cremini.
These are what's left over in my fridge, and they are, Joanne,
creminis.
Creminis, I think, right? Yep, they are. They are dark. That's right. All right, so there's my lobster. some mozzarella. Don't want to put too much. Some Parmesan cheese. I got a nice block of Parmesan cheese.
Oh yeah, that was nice, nice umami-ness to it.
Oh, look at that. That's going to be awesome. Some Nacho Enhancer.
Yeah.
Taco enhancer.
It's Taco Enhancer, but I call it Nacho Enhancer. And the reason I do that is because I very seldom make tacos. It's always nachos. So for me, pass me the Nacho Enhancer. Look at that.
I love it.
And you got to be generous because you remember your nachos are not super spicy to start with, right?
Yeah.
So that's half of that. Now I could put half of the hollandaise,
Yeah.
but I want the gooiness. So I'm going to put the hollandaise at the end. What I'm doing next is adding the nachos to this.
The second layer.
Might as well. So now by doing it half and half, every bite will have cheese and will have ingredients on it, which is great.
Yeah.
A little more taco enhancer, why not? Oh, love it. I love the smell of it. All right, so now I'm going to finish off with some of these veggies. But the good part too is you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. You could add whatever vegetables you happen to have in your fridge. So if you've got regular red onions or if you got other types of ingredients that you want to use up, that's what you do. All right, look at this. That, the rest of our lobster.
And that lobster tail, it's like it's been like pre-cooked, obviously, right? Like,
It's a pre-cooked frozen lobster tail. It comes in a 1 pound bag. In this case, I'm doing half a bag, so 8 ounce, and I'm going to use the other 8 ounce to make a lobster roll for my mother-in-law. It'll make her day. So,
awesome. Yeah.
All right, so now I got a little Parmesan, chef. I got some tomatoes, which I'm only putting on top because they get soggy. You don't want to put them on the bottom too much. They'll sog up your chips. Look at that. Cool. And now we're going for it. Look at the consistency of this sauce, right?
Oh, wow.
Look at that. Look how thick it is. You put your finger, you can see right through.
Yeah. I definitely have to try this trick.
You get that nice hint of the lemon. That's beautiful. And look, we're going to take this and we're going to drizzle this on top of our nachos. Oh, my God, look at that. There's lots. So you want to make sure that you get it well covered so every piece of nachos gets it.
Yeah, you can tell how like thick it is just by how it's pouring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's very nice. And because it's on top, the bottom chips won't get too soggy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we got enough here for this beautiful plate. I'm sure Sarah would love this.
Yeah.
And the kids. Look at that.
Yeah, she has a bib on already.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Look, and I want to show the lobster, so I'm not going to put cheese all over. I'm just putting cheese in the spots where I want it, so the lobsters are showing when it comes out. I'm going in with some more parm.
You never have too much parm.
Never.
All right.
You know what? Oh,
All right. Okay. Trivia question number 2.
Just a sec. Let me throw these in the oven. 400 degrees.
Okay.
They're in. Go for it.
Okay. Approximately how old was George the Lobster, sometimes referred to as the oldest lobster found?
I've read that. You know what? I don't know if it's George specifically, but the longest living lobster is either, I think it's 150 or 75, rings a bell in my mind for one reason.
You know, it said 140 years old. So yeah, you're right.
150 is pretty close.
Yeah.
Where was George from? Do you know?
So it was caught off of Newfoundland, and then it got sold to a restaurant in New York City as kind of like a mascot, because it was like over 20 pounds. And then I think there was some protest to release it back to the wild. So they released him back to the wild.
That is so cool, eh?
Yeah.
So cool. Look at that. I'm going to pour this here. So when our nachos come out, they'll come out there.
Perfect.
So there you have it. So I love your show. This is a lot of fun. Obviously, not too stressful for me. We like that. We like that for sure.
Yeah. Well, you guys are doing shows, weekly shows, multiple shows every week. That's through Facebook mostly, right?
That's correct. We do a show on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday till April.
Okay.
And then we'll switch to just 2 shows a week after that because we're so busy in the summer, it's hard to line it all up.
Yeah.
But we're still doing 3 days a week. And we started this before the pandemic. And we're at show 649 this Thursday it was. So we've been at it for a bit.
Yeah, congratulations. I love watching it. It's always humorous, and you always come up with the most interesting recipes.
But I think the idea behind the show is really to do recipes of ingredients that you would have on your cupboard. So like this week, we did a show with Mr. Noodles. And it was just part of it. We're at a farm, in a dairy farm, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It really, really was.
And then you guys also do, you have something called the Brigade.
We do. We put the Brigade sign up so everybody can see it. But if you've got any of your viewers that are real foodies and would love having something kind of different, this is our total different private group. It's only a year old. There's over 300 members in the membership, but it's a membership driven, I'm going to call it Atlantic Canada Foodie sort of club, if you want to call it that. It's called La Brigade or the Brigade. And what they get, it's a monthly membership or a yearly membership, but it's every month we do something different. So every month there is a skills class at the start of the month, similar to what we're doing now, but we teach a new skill.
Yeah.
We typically, in the middle of the month, we do what we took a page off the NHL and we do a chef's corner. So we do a little corner where we're an hour together and we talk about everything that may have happened to them that week or things that they're trying to, oh, you know what, I did this, but it didn't work. What did I do wrong? You know, that kind of conversation. So you get a one-on-one with the chef. Oh. And at the end of the month, which is the highlight for everybody, you get basically what we call supper club. So you get ahead of time the recipes, you get all the prep and la mise en place. Yeah. And we go live at 5:30 the last Saturday of every month, and we're all together preparing this recipe. Oh. And it's nothing to have. Obviously, most families will gather with their friends, and they're making this. A lot of people are making it date night, you know, at least one guaranteed one date a month sort of thing. And it's been hugely popular. Now, it's a closed group. Yeah. So what we will offer to your viewers, Dave, just because it's special, we'll offer them, all they have to do is email me and say, I saw you on Dave's show and I'm interested. Oh. And we will give them a pass to join the club if they want to.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Thank you very much. Cool.
No problem. Yeah. No problem. Not quite. They're still just about there. Okay, I got my lemon ready to squeeze on top.
Oh, hey, we got enough time for the last trivia question.
Make it an easy one.
Okay, it is.
Okay.
Whenever I say that, no one gets it. What's the difference between the big difference between cold water lobsters and warm water lobsters?
Well, that is an easy one. Okay, so basically what happens is lobsters molt the same way as a snake would molt. So they lose their entire skin, but the lobster loses their entire shell. And that happens when the water is warmer. So they would be soft shell lobster versus a hard shell lobster. And it's always best to get the best quality lobster in the world is always the colder the water, the better the lobster. So I cannot, because of my background of traveling the world, educating chefs everywhere on how to use these amazing crustaceans, I cannot favor one area to the other. But I know that May is pretty cold. So, you know, if you like the Northumberland straight lobsters, that could be why it's so good. And why you love South Shore lobster at Christmas, it's pretty obvious. Super cold in those areas as well. and the lobster crawl that we do every year in February, the start of February. We always go lobster fishing in the Banana Belt, of course, because it's warmer there. But always hard shell lobster, and that's the sought after lobster around the world.
Yeah, you're right. And we're gonna send you some spices, and everybody gets a signed photo of me. So we're gonna send that over too.
I love that. I hope I'm in the photo. We'll put it on our fridge, and we'll tell our oh no, we don't have grandkids. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so that's great. Our nachos are just about ready.
Okay.
I can smell them. So if I can smell them, they're close. Let's see what they look like.
All right, let's see them.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow. That looks fantastic.
Wow. Does it ever smell good in here? Does it ever smell good? Let's see if we can pull one out with lots of sauce.
Oh,
there
yeah.
It is.
We love watching people eat too on the show.
Oh my God, the taste of the sauce, the Parmesan cheese just elevates to the next level. Absolutely incredible. But here's what's missing is a squeeze of lemon on top, just to take it home.
Yeah.
Let's see. This one is for you, Sarah. Crunch, flavor. We've knocked that one right out of the park, I think.
Yeah.
This is a real keeper. And you could taste the taco enhancer in the chips as well. Really takes it to the next level. Yeah. Very tasty. Awesome. And I'd be remiss to say that we love working with you guys. Just for the record.
Yeah, we love working with you too. It's awesome. Sarah,
wonderful.
She doesn't like that I use awesome so much, but
oh, that's okay. I get in trouble using other words too, but today it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh wow.
Those look delicious, Al.
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
Thank you very much.
No problem. You want to meet up and get a pan of these?